boys and girls! How are you doing? Feeling great today? Welcome to another lesson of Year 4 Mathematics from iTTV. I'm your tutor, Puyi. In the previous lesson, we have learned about multiplication. Now let's check the answers for the questions that I've given you. Here you go. Question number 1. Find the product of 809 and 53. Alright, we arrange the numbers in vertical form and then we multiply. So, for the first line, you have 2,427. That's the product of 809 times 3. Yeah? And for the next line, you add a 0 at the back. Yeah, the red 0 that you see over there. And then take 809 times 5. Add the total, and that will give you 42,877. That's the answer for question number 1. As for question number 2, 10 times 5,699. Alright, recap. Whenever we multiply 10, we add 1 0 to the original number. So that's our answer. Very simple, 56,990. For question number 3, the diagram above shows the number of pages of a photo album. Sabri wants to put a photograph on each page. If he has 1,720 photo albums, will there be enough space for 50,000 photos? Wow, I think Sabri is a real fan of photography, don't you think? Okay, let's try to understand the question. One photo album has 28 pages. So, Sabri has 1,720 photo albums. So, how many pages are there? We should multiply. Take the number of photo albums, multiply by the number of pages. And that will give you 48,160 pages. Since Sabri wants to put one photograph on each page, and he has 50,000 photographs, but there are only 48,160 pages. So therefore, there are not enough pages to fit all 50,000 photos that he has. Okay? As for question number 4, a new shopping mall gets 1,000 shoppers a day. How many shoppers are there in the month of August? First of all, can you tell me how many days are there in the month of August? 30 or 31? 31. Okay, let's try to understand the question first. Now, here we know that in one day, the shopping mall gets 1,000 shoppers. In the month of August, which has 31 days, how many shoppers do we have? So, it's the process of repeated addition, which is multiplication. So, since August has 31 days, we will take 1,000 multiplied by 31. So that will give us 31,000. That's the answer, 31,000 shoppers. Okay, boys and girls, since you have checked the answer for the previous lesson, it's now time to move on to our lesson for today. Hey everyone, look! I have a postcard from my Aunt Ting Ting. She wrote over here, Dear Puyi, how are you doing? I know that you love rubber balls, so here are 11 rubber balls. Do share them with your sisters Mary and Jo and give the remainder to Lisa. Love, Aunt Ting Ting. Oh, everyone, look what we have here. Look! Rubber balls! And they have smiley faces on each of it. Don't you think that these rubber balls are just so cute? Oh, but Aunt wants me to share them with the rest. So, okay, share. And there are 11 rubber balls here. She wants me to share with Mary and Jo. Okay. And she did say that I must give the remainder to Lisa. So, there are 2 remainders here. Oh, wait. What I've done just now just reminded me about division. Division is actually the process of sharing or grouping equally. Are you good with division? Today, let's learn more about division. Boys and girls, division is actually the inverse operation of multiplication. Can you think of examples of division in your daily lives? When do you use division? Now, before we move on, I would like to share some handy tips on division with you. Any number divided by 1 is the number itself. For example, 7,823 divided by 1 is the same number itself, 7,823. Here's another tip. Unlike multiplication, we cannot change the position of the numbers. We must divide from left to right. And the third one, remember that division is the inverse operation of multiplication. For example, if you have 9 times 3 equals to 27, 27 divided by 3 equals to 9. This tip will help you a great deal when we solve the questions later. Now, let's try to solve this question. 9,601 divided by 9. Okay, let's solve this question using long division. Have you heard of long division before? Here's how we write the question in long division, yeah? So, first we have 9,601 divided by 9. Divided by 9. Okay, for long division, remember this family. Dad, mom, sister, and brother. Dad, D. Yeah, it starts with the letter D. D shall remind us of divide, division. Next is mom. Mom, M stands for multiply. The next one is sister, which starts with S. S stands for subtract. And brother, which starts with B, reminds us of bring down. Yeah? So you have mom, dad, sister, and brother, which is divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So for long division, let's start with the digit on the left. Just close the rest. Yeah? 9 divided by 9. What do we have? 1. Yeah? 1 multiplied by 9. 9. Write it here. So the next operation is subtract. Yeah? 9 minus 9, 0. Just put a dash here. And then bring down. Brother, yeah? Bring down. Bring down the 6. 6 divided by 9. 6 cannot be divided by 9. So what do? We put a 0 here. Okay? 0 times 9, 0. And then we subtract. So we have 6 here, and then bring down the next digit. 60 divided by 9. What is the closest number that we can get? 9 times 6, which gives us 54. Yeah? 6 times 9 gives us 54. And then the next operation is subtract. Okay, 6t minus 54, we have to trade. Okay, 10 minus 4 gives us 6. Here we have 0, and then we continue to bring down the next digit. 61 divided by 9. What is the number? 6. 6 times 9 gives us 54. Subtract again. And what do we have? 11 minus 4 gives us 7. Okay, there are no more digits over here, so I will write here 7 remainder. You can also just use the letter R to represent remainder, yeah? So, our answer is 1066 with 7 remainder. Now, let me introduce you to some of the terms used in long division. This number is what we call the dividend. And this number over here is called the divisor. Our answer, yeah, is called quotient. And the number we have at the bottom here is called remainder. Sometimes we just use the letter R to represent it. Now let's try another question. Brilliant Bookshop sells 68,324 books in December. How many books are sold each day? Alright, let's try to understand the question first. Now, this bookshop in December sold 68,324 books. Now, can you tell me how many days are there in December? Is it 30 or 31? 31. So, the question wants us to find how many books are sold in each of the 31 days. So, what operation should we use? Division! That's correct. We take the total number of books and divide it by the number of days, which is 31. Alright, so let's write it in long division, yeah? So we have this number of books divided by 31 days, yeah? And we want to find the answer, our quotient. Alright, let's start by using the long division. Okay, 6. Close the rest. Can 6 be divided by 31? No! Okay, what about 68? Can 68 be divided by 31? Yes, but by how many? Okay, so let's try using multiplication. 31 times 2, what is it? We have 2 here and 6. Okay, 62 is pretty close to 68 and it's a smaller number. So, we write 2 over here. Now, 2 times 31 gives us 62. Okay, we have done division, multiplication, so the next one is subtraction. Yeah, 8 minus 2, 6, and then we bring down the next number. 63 divided by 31. Okay, we'll use 2 again. 2 times 31 gives us 62. Subtract gives us 1. Okay, to check whether you're on the right track, once you have subtracted the number, you should always have a number that is smaller than the divisor. So over here we have 1, which is smaller than 31. So we're on the right track. Continue to bring down this digit. 12 divided by 31. I can't divide 12 by 31. So what do? I put a 0 up here. This is a common error that a lot of students commit. They forgot to put the 0 whenever this number cannot be divided by the divisor. So remember to fill in the 0, okay? 0 times 31, 0. Any number multiplied by 0 gives us 0, okay? So I still have 12 here, which is smaller than 31, so that's fine. Bring down the 4. 124 divided by 31. Let's try. What if I have 31 times 4? 1 times 4 gives me 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 124. Okay, so I'll put the digit 4 here. 4 times 31 gives me 124. Okay, there is no remainder. So I'll fill in my answer over here. Now we know that in one day, Brilliant Bookshop sells 2,204 books. That's quite a lot, don't you think? Alright, now boys and girls, do you remember that in multiplication, we have learned whenever we multiply a number by 10, let's say, we add 1 0 at the back of the number. If we multiply a number by 100, we will add 2 zeros to the back, and so on. Yeah? In division, it's the other way around. When we divide a number by 10, we cancel off 1 0. Like this. If I have 3,670 divided by 10, we take away this 0 and this 0 over here. Yeah? We must cancel off the same number of zeros from the dividend and the divisor. So 1 0, 1 0. So what we have is 300 and 67. What if I have this? 4,500 divided by 100. Take away the same number of zeros from the dividend and the divisor. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that will give me the answer as 45. Isn't that simple? Okay, what about this number? 39,000 divided by 1,000. Okay, take away the same number of zeros here and here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our answer is 39. Isn't it simple? Okay, now if we have a number that doesn't have the same number of zero as the divisor, we have to use long division instead. We cannot use the cancellation method. Okay, for example, in this question, 73,297 divided by 1,000. From the question, we have this number divided by 1,000. Okay, now you can see that the dividend doesn't have the same number of zeros as the divisor. In fact, there is no zero here. So we have to use long division. Yeah? Okay, our dividend and our divisor. Now, 7 cannot be divided by 1,000. How about 73? No. How about 732? No, we still can't. So we don't write anything here yet until we find a number that can be divided by 1,000. How about 7,329? Yes, 7 times 1,000 gives me 7,000. So I'll write 7 here. Yeah? Okay, see, we write 7 out here instead of here because we are dividing using these 4 numbers. Yeah? So we write it here. 7 multiplied by 1,000 gives me 7,000. Subtract. Okay. And then we bring down. 3,297 divided by 1,000. 3 times 1,000 is 3,000. Yeah? Okay. Subtract. So here we have the remainder. We use R to represent it. So we have our answer 73 with remainder of 297. It's quite easy, isn't it? Now let's move on to It's That Simple. Boys and girls, do you know that all whole numbers have hidden digits behind them? We usually leave them out. For example, 679 is actually 679.000, and there's a whole string of zeros behind it. The dot you see is called a decimal point. Usually we just leave out the decimal point and the zeros at the back and just read it as 679. Now, here's something for you. When we multiply a number by 100, we move the decimal point 2 places to the right. That's because 100 has 2 zeros. So for example, if you have 679 times 100, you move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So that will give us the answer 67,900. Now, when we divide a number by 100, we move the decimal point 2 places to the left. The digits on the right of the decimal point becomes the remainder. So this is an example. 679 divided by 100. That will give us 6.79 or 6 remainder 79. Okay? So remember, when we multiply by 10, 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the right. But when we divide, we move the decimal point towards the left. When we divide a number by 10, move the decimal point 1 place to the left. That's because 10 has only 1 zero, yeah? The numbers on the right of the decimal point are remainders. For example, 2,345 divided by 10 will give you 23.45 or 23 remainder 45. When dividing a number by 1,000, move the decimal point one place to the left. The numbers on the right of the decimal point are remainders. For example, 2,345 divided by 1,000 is 2.345 or 2 remainder 345. Now, that's a quick way for you to divide or multiply by 10, 100 or 1,000. Once you know that, it's going to be simple for you to solve questions in the future. Now let's grab the pen and paper because here comes some questions for you to track. Question 1. 3,615 divided by 3. Question 2. Divide 72,930 by A, 10, B, 100 and C, 1,000. The third one. A times 35 equals to 8,190. What is the value of A? And the fourth question. There are 24,680 oil palm trees in Encik Roslie's estate. The trees are planted in rows with 25 trees in each row. How many rows are there? And how many is the remainder? Alright, boys and girls, we have come to the end of our lesson today. Let's wrap up. Today we have learned about division and we have used the long division. Now, in a long division, I introduced to you some of the names of the components. We have the dividend, divisor, quotient, and remainder. For long division, remember the family, dad, mom, sister, and brother, which stands for divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. I've also taught you when dividing a number by 10, 100, or 1,000, take away the same number of zeros from the dividend and the divisor. If you do not have the same number of zeros, then we have to use long division. That's all we have for today's lesson. In the next lesson, we'll be learning about mixed operation. What's that? I'll tell you when I see you again. Bye-bye!